Good evening, everybody. First, let me thank Peg and Cass for having this beautiful reading series. If you haven't been to other poetry events, this is not the usual scene. It's usually about 6 people who can all take one car to a bar afterwards. So this is a really beautiful series she's put together. And I'm going to read some poems tonight. Growing up, my favorite poet was silly enough to think that the name Anonymous was an actual person. And so I kept that with me for a very long time, and then learned embarrassingly about in the 8th grade that was just not correct. So I've come a long way from there. Anyhow, and it's really just beautiful to get together and share words and have this kind of moment. You know, you think about 17,000 years ago in the Lascaux caves in France, and how at a time when there was just food and water and kind of basic needs, there were also people that were trying to express themselves in some artistic way. And I think that's kind of what we're doing today. It's like, the most simple kind of campfire and storytelling. So thank you for putting this on. Thank you for being here. So my book is called May I Have This Dance, divided by 3 sections of dance: waltz for darker poems, tango for love poems, swing for kind of upbeat fun poems. I'm going to read a couple of each. Peace and rest. Here at this cemetery where bodies decompose under moist earth and manicured grass, we sleep. Creeds, races, genders, tight-lippers, loudmouths, right and left-wingers, the tall and short, the young and the old and young, the blue and white-collared, the collarless, name-taggers, nameless, faceless, forgotten. In varnished boxes wrapped with dirt, we turn from brittle body to bone to bits. Piles of skulls, femurs, tibias, ulnas, and radiuses, sharing the soil, bleeding into one another. Words, strife, silenced and replaced by the sigh of wind, the call of birds, and the flitting of pink petals over glossy stones. Scrolling through Facebook on New Year's Eve. 42 minutes till Ryan Seacrest counts down the big ball drop in Times Square on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, the world's clunkiest show title. And she sits on her futon, bra off, hair up, socks on, laptop perched on her knees, deciding this year that she'd have her wisdom teeth removed. For she is running out of body parts to cement her excuses to forego parties and champagne and makeup and kiss me bullshit, a jettisoning of what could happen, and a peacemaking with what is. She scrolls through her Facebook feed, soaks in photos of chocolate cakes surrounded by a moat of caramel. 9 likes. There's a couple celebrating in Paris arm in arm under the Eiffel Tower that's labeled hashtag Amour in Paris. No, she thinks it's hashtag cliche shit. She knows this woman in the photo from last year's stint at Applebee's, and could testify that their love seems cozy in this pic, but that really it fits like a thrift shop suit. There's so many happy 2018s with enough exclamation points to smother a fat child. An engagement post, a pic of champagne in perfect sepia, hands intertwined, a baby with a cone-shaped hat, and a bulldog obviously wrangled into biting on a party horn. She doesn't click like on any post. She's out and busy, and not staring at her computer. Plus 46 likes for a bulldog seems like more than enough likes to satisfy anyone's web-aged ego. Hell, she only received 13 when she posted a pic of her new condo, her manicured fingers dangling keys in front of her kitchen window with a view of the Blue Ridge Mountains. She uncleats the drawstring of her juicy sweatpants, a TJ Maxx purchase from long ago, leans back on the couch, powers down her computer, and attempts to do the same. Tries to take advantage of a mindless moment when her brain is numb from social media Novocaine, and where Ryan Seacrest's white noise peppers the air with fake enthusiasm. Pangea. You sometimes wonder about Pangea, the supercontinent that existed 300 million years ago. Can you imagine all 7 continents mashed together and only one ocean, the Panthalassa, to encase us all? You sometimes wonder if we're all just islands now, a clunky archipelago, distant stars of the same constellation. If continental drifts and shifts and quakes and rifts shattered the puzzle eras ago, can they someday bind our borders, forests, rivers, and ranges? Can we ever be pressed back together again? It's from the tango section now. Under the influence. I miss driving with you at night, sometime past safe, our lips still wet with whiskey. In soft blackness, with windows down and jazz up, we rushed past speed limit signs and thanked them for the suggestion. I miss the hot leather and the sweat of your neck, the fragrance of our 20s and the taste of your name. I miss our egos, cool as moons, that flicked off humility, that knew we were invincible, that were certain of our success, that believed death was distant as morning. We carry our hearts fragile, like wild raspberries, with palms flat, so they do not crush. And the last poem is called This Password. The theme tonight is back from vacation, and after I return from vacation, I don't remember any of the passwords. And so this kind of thing presents itself quite often. This password. Sorry, your password does not contain one of the following. Your password must include a capital letter, 2 numbers, an exclamation point, a decimal, an M dash, 3 ampersands, the initials of your high school crush, the code from your first bike lock, a Van Halen reference, a Shakespearean song, a Biggie verse, a symbol from the periodic table, the latitude of your first kiss, the longitude of your last one, an introspective look at Plato's Apology, your driver's license number divided by 12, Maya Angelou's birthday, Rumi's favorite prime number, the amount of eggs in your grandma's bundt cake, the dollar amount left by the tooth fairy for your first molar, a Bible verse from Corinthians, the waist size of your father's leaves, your grandfather's diastolic blood pressure, your heart rate when you lost your virginity, your high score on Miss Pac-Man, the number of brooches owned by your mother, the size of the first bra you unhooked, the highway on which you received your first DUI, the amount of times you bought flowers instead of apologizing, the postal address of the first house you ate, the number of ingredients in your special barbecue rub, the horsepower of a 65 Thunderbird, the number of pages in White Fang, the GPA of that foreign exchange student you cheated off of in math class, the ring size of your ex-wife, the day she began to feel unloved, the time of day she called and said she wanted to meet at the park, the sum of money her macchiato cost, the time she took in seconds to tell you she no longer loved you, the speed at which she pulled away from the curb, the amount of times you've thought about her since. Sorry, your password does not contain one of the following. Please try again. Sorry, that exceeds 3 attempts. Please try again later.